This video is brought to you by Granger Motors, where you can save up to $1,300 on a factory extended warranty on your new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Chrysler vehicle.
Roman, it's hot as hell out here.
Yeah, perfect weather because we're about to go run the TFL toaster. What's that, Andre?
It's a torture test, high temperature, where we toast the engine and transmission and figure out what the truck is made of.
Yeah, now we've done this with the Silverado and we have done this with the F-150 and they both overheated. And today we've got the new Ram 1500 with the Hurricane twin turbo. So let's see how it holds up to getting toasted.
We're not out of the woods yet, my friend. We have to climb. This is gonna be super hard up here.
Oh, this is steep, Andre. I forgot. I haven't done this in a while. I just forgot just how steep this is.
Can you believe this?
Yeah, it's straight up. I can hear the fan. Yeah, I can hear the fan.
Yeah.
I can really hear the fan. Whoa! What happened?
Take a look.
Oh my, Andre, I really missed the Hemi.
Yeah, it's no more. This new truck now has a 3-liter straight 6 twin turbocharged engine. The displacement is lower, 3 liters. But power is big, 420 horsepower and 469 pound-feet of torque, and it's made it as before to an 8-speed automatic.
Well, let's find out what happens when we toast it because we have quite the load.
As always, safety is number one at TFL Truck, which is why we're using this hitch. This is our WaySafe weight distribution hitch, and this is their middle weight because we are towing 10,500 pounds, but it's height adjustable. You could set it, you could see exactly your tongue load, so you can distribute the weight perfectly throughout the truck and trailer, and have sway control to boot. Let me hook up.
Andre, we've got a work truck, so it only seems appropriate that we have a very big and heavy work skid steer.
Yes, so we loaded that trailer up just like we did last time when we tested the Cybertruck versus the F-150 Tremor. This is 10,500 pounds of weight, which is basically maxing out this Ram 1500, which has a towing capacity of around 11,000.
And we're going to be taking it up to over, what, 9,000 feet above sea level?
About 8,500, yes.
And that stresses the engine, that stresses the cooling system, that stresses the truck, and that toasts the truck. All right, Andre, I would say this is the first ever TFL torture toaster test, but we've done this before. We're just rebranding it as a toaster.
Yeah, it is a toaster because it is a hot weather test. And dude, 95 degrees already? I mean, still
in the mountains. Yeah, it was 100 degrees when we left the ranch.
Yes.
So as we went up a little bit higher, it cooled off. Now, my watch says we are right now at just under 6,000 feet of elevation, and we're going to be gaining elevation quickly. So let's talk about the parameters that made the Silverado and the F-150 fail this test. What are we looking for?
Well, primarily it's slow speed, and you would think, why does slow speed matter?
Yeah.
It's because when you're moving at slow speed, we're going to be going between about 30 to 20 miles an hour because it's a winding mountain road. It's because there's not a lot of air movement, right? So when you're hauling maximum load up a very steep grade like we are now, and there's not a lot of air moving, problems can occur.
All right, so put some numbers to that because we have a camera on the gauge.
Yes, so right now we're starting at the bottom. As you saw, it was around 205 degrees coolant temp. It was about 190 transmission temp and about 205 oil temp. That's in Fahrenheit, and that's at the bottom of the mountain.
All right, so what numbers are we looking for before we start to worry, right? So the first stage of failure would be the truck derates itself.
Yeah, and the derate may come without any bells and whistles from the truck. A derate would be if I'm asking for more power, I'm full throttle, and there is no downshift and there is no acceleration. That would be a derate. Basically, the vehicle's trying to protect itself from overheating.
Let me take a minute to tell you about this video's sponsor, Granger Motors, and their extended factory warranties for new vehicles. Today, more than ever, an extended factory warranty is a worthwhile consideration. The new cars and trucks coming out pack more amazing, yet unproven tech and complexity than ever. Knowing this, an extended factory warranty buys you peace of mind. If something goes wrong, you're covered for repairs and parts for years after the original warranty expires. A factory-backed warranty means repairs are done by factory trained trained technicians who know your vehicle inside and out and are trained to repair known problems. A factory-backed warranty ensures that your car or truck gets replaced with true factory parts, and in some cases, upgraded factory parts to fix those known issues. So next time you buy a new Ford or Ram, Jeep, Dodge, or Chrysler vehicle, go to Granger Motors for an extended factory warranty. Granger is the #1 seller of Ford Protect warranties and one of the top sellers of Mopar vehicle protection warranties in the country. This volume lets their customers save an average of $1,300, so what are you waiting for?
All right, so what's the next stage that happens?
Bells and whistles. You're gonna have messages pop up. You're gonna have, dings and bongs, and the worst case scenario, the level 3, is smoke, I guess.
Or like kablooey.
Yeah.
Either engine or coolant.
We've never had a kablooey.
Yeah, we never had a kablooey. We just had trucks derate themselves.
And give us bad warnings.
Yeah, and we picked the highest weight on one of the hottest days of the year on purpose. Because we wanted to make sure that these trucks, especially work trucks like this, won't fail when you guys are putting them, to the ultimate test. Because let's face it, while we will never exceed its towing capacity on purpose, oftentimes people do, either by purpose or by accident.
Exactly. And also, like I said, it's a work truck. Your livelihood depends on it.
Yeah.
If it's derating itself, or if it's overheating constantly, you don't want that. And also, it's all about this new engine, right? Because people know and love the Hemi, right? It's been there for 15 years.
Yeah, first thing I said.
Yes, but will this twin turbo engine actually live up to its name?
Now I'm watching the gauges go up already, and we're already up 20 degrees on the coolant temperature.
Yeah.
But Rams run hot, right?
Yeah, especially on oil temps. We've done a lot of iGauntlets, which is our highway test, right? That's the world's toughest noise test, because we're also measuring downhill performance and uphill performance. And Rams, in general, they run about 280, 290 Fahrenheit on oil.
Oh, it's getting really steep now, Andre.
Oof.
I mean, it's really steep. This is where...
That's where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah, this is where the hurricane...
What if our camera vehicle overheats? What then?
That would be a sign of just how difficult this is.
Dude, I'm asking for power, and it's giving it to me. So right now, Ram is happy.
All right, good. But this is steep. Now, let's talk about why this is different than the iGauntlet, right? Because the iGauntlet, we call it the world's toughest towing test. We're calling this the TFL Toaster.
Yes.
And this is more of extreme test in summer at maximum load. The Ike, we run year round.
We run the Ike year-round, and also the Ike is more like what you would do with your camper, right? If you're going cross-country, right, you want to know how will your truck perform towing trailers, either for recreation or for work. That's what the iGauntlet is all about. We have the highest elevation at the Ike, right? And we're not going that high right now.
And the other thing that makes this interesting is about halfway up, it turns to dirt. And
yeah.
Another layer of, less traction, more torture.
And dust also. Dust. And I will need four-wheel drive.
Okay.
Because I needed it in the Ford.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
So then, especially towing this much weight, so now you're adding more friction to the drivetrain.
Yes.
How is it doing?
So far, so good.
Yeah, numbers are good still?
235 coolant, 235 oil, 208 transmission. By the way, we have to talk about transmission coolers, right? Back in the day, 15 or 20 years ago, most towing package trucks that are set up for towing had an individual oil cooler for the transmission. Now manufacturers, basically all of them, went away from that. Remember the Tundra story from years back? What's happening basically is manufacturers started to use this transmission fluid cooling that goes through the radiator itself. So they're using part of the radiator to cool down that fluid. And it maybe sometimes it's not as effective.
Well, I think a lot of people don't know that oftentimes a limiter for how much you can tow isn't the chassis, isn't necessarily the payload, which it can be, but it's cooling the transmission down. I know that is definitely the case, for instance, with the Gladiator.
Yes.
We talked to the engineers and they said it wasn't anything to do with the chassis. The truck could handle it. It was that they couldn't get enough air to cool the transmission.
I'm floored right now.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh God, okay.
Well, it's holding gear at what, almost 4,000?
Yeah.
So it's still giving me quite a bit of power, but I'm floored. This is it.
That's as fast as you can go.
Yes.
The speed limit here is right around 30, I believe, and you're doing right around 30. So
Yeah.
it's maintaining the speed limit.
Yeah. So I wouldn't call it a D-rate quite yet.
Okay. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your point of view, we're going to have some clouds. So we're losing a little bit of that direct sunshine, which is going to cool the air off a little bit. Because now it's just 91, and when we left,
But we're also gaining elevation, right?
Yeah.
The higher you go, the less density.
less air density, which means more work for the turbos.
Exactly. And that's what everybody wants to know. I mean, Ram is very aggressive with this engine. You know, they're calling it the Hurricane. It has 2 turbochargers. They can build a lot of pressure, but when you build pressure, dude, you create heat, right? And that's also could be detrimental.
Well, tell me exactly what happened with the Ford, because we did that like 2 weeks ago.
So this is where approximately
It derated?
it derated the first time.
And yeah, and our coolant temp is 239, 241 now. It's warm. It's very warm. It's also giving us a message here that Pro Power Onboard is currently
unavailable. But we don't need it.
243. Yeah, we're getting warm here.
So it's 90 degrees ambient.
yeah,
Do you see that?
it's hot. Wow. Okay.
So the F-150
248.
So there's no like messages. Oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
engine coolant over temp.
Wow. Well, all right. Yeah, and it's saying 250 temp-wise. Yeah, this is. I'm guessing you're still kind of foot down.
I'm not 100% now. I'm letting it breathe.
And then once we see how it's leveling off right now,
Yeah.
it cooled off.
So it came back.
And then when we climbed the dirt,
It
it derated again.
Ooh, 253 now on oil temp and 251 on trans temp. 246 on coolant. Whoa, man.
It's so close. It is
We're-
so close.
We're pushing it. Is it gonna overheat twice?
Why are there-
248.
Why are there like 100 semis?
Yep.
Oh,
It happened again. And this is the crest of the hill, isn't it?
pretty much.
All right, and how about the Silverado? What happened with that?
Right before we hit dirt, which is about mid-trip,
Yep. Up the toaster.
up the toaster, the transmission overheat message came on. Not the engine,
Okay.
the transmission. And it was near 300 degrees. And it said, stop driving now.
Hey guys, I'm in the new 2021 Chevy Silverado. This is a truck with a big 6.2 and a 10-speed. And I'm towing 2 side-by-sides. I'll show you in a second. About 7,000 pounds up a very steep mountain trail to get to our off-road area. And the transmission got hot. And you can see the transmission temp gauge is actually right here at about 275-ish. And it says transmission hot idle engine. What does that mean? Does it mean it just wants me to stop? I just parked. I did not expect this to happen because this truck is rated to tow up to, I believe, close to 11,500 pounds. It's still beeping. And I'm in tow haul mode, I'm doing all the right things. And I can feel the air rushing by here. So the truck is trying to cool off. We started running the heater. Well, in older vehicles, this works because it kind of takes the heater core, it's pumping hot air into the cabin and, trying to cool off the radiator a little bit quicker.
So that was one of the worst cases that we experienced.
So you got not only a D-rate, but you got the message. Well, you didn't get a D-rate, you just got the message. It said,
Stop driving now.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, please consider stopping.
Yeah.
It said you need to, stop driving.
yeah, because pretty soon the gears are going to melt into one big heap of slag. How about the temperatures now? Where are we at?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Huh. So the first half, Ram passes.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Okay.
Yeah. Good for you, Ram. You figure they got to do this in Arizona, right?
At 120 degrees or something.
Davis Dam, right? They're doing very similar kind of testing.
Well, we're not kind to this truck. I mean, we hooked up a very heavy load, just like we did last time.
This ram is really meant for towing and work. It's equipped with a towing package, which includes these towing mirrors. I really love these, a lot of visibility, a lot of control, but since it's a tradesman work truck, you have to fold them out and extend them manually. This is also the long wheelbase of the Ram 1500. It has a 6-foot 4-inch bed, and it means it's a stable chassis for towing.
Andre, it's about to turn to dirt.
It's dirt now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm breaking loose, dude.
Yeah. Can you switch to 4-wheel drive on the fly?
Yeah, but we don't have auto, my friend. I have to use 4-wheel drive high.
Oh, that's going to make it crab a little bit.
It's okay, because I mean, we still have a loose surface here with lots of pebbles.
Yeah, yeah. I can hear that rear wheel spinning. Yeah.
Actually, this truck is set up for towing quite well. Let me show you some features.
Okay.
Although this is a work truck, it does have a push-button start, but it does not have 4-wheel drive automatic mode because it is a more basic transfer case. We do have 4 high, which we need. I love this middle access panel. First of all, easy access to my trailer brake controller. I can reach it very easily. I can control my trailer brake gain, so this is great. Now, this is trailer steering assist for backing up your trailer. It's configured automatically. When you drive forward just a little bit, it will learn how long your trailer is, and then you'll be able to back it up using the system. And of course, tow haul mode is right here. Easy access.
All right, Andre, we have just crossed 7,000 feet above sea level.
Well, we're not done yet. We have to climb at least 1,500 feet again.
And now we're going to hit some more steep and deep dirt road. And so far, I got to say, I'm very impressed by how this truck is handling it.
Yeah, I was a little bit cautious before this video, Roman. I gotta tell you, because like you said in previous years, I mean, let's just go over what we've tested. We've ran our Cummins Ram up here. We've ran 2 electric trucks, including the F-150 Lightning and the Cybertruck. We've run my Chevy Colorado up here. We've run Silverados. We've run, what else have we run? Yeah, we ran many vehicles up this test, and it often doesn't go well.
No, and so it's impressive that this truck is doing so well.
Do you see this incline here? I mean, it's hard to show on camera.
This would be at least a blue, if not a black run, if you were skiing down it.
Oh, I can hear the fan.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure that people think it's just a small skid steer, but that bad boy is heavy.
It's dense.
It's dense. There's a lot of metal in a skid steer.
Yeah.
You don't want it to go bloop when you're lifting heavy material.
Yes. There's a Cybertruck, Rowan.
Yeah, they're becoming more prevalent, Andre.
Yes. Maybe he's hot testing his Cybertruck like we did.
Never know.
Okay. We're not out of the woods yet, my friend. We have to climb. This is gonna be super hard up here.
Well, then we've added 4-wheel drive to it. It has cooled off a little bit the higher we went, so now we're just under 90 degrees, but still, it's a hot day.
Our oil is 241, my friend. It's getting up there. That's our engine oil.
Yeah. How about water temperature?
Transmission is still cool, 225. Yeah. And coolant is 239.
Oh, we're losing a little bit of traction there. We're crabbing, Andre. I told you we'd crab.
A tiny bit of crab.
Yeah.
But dude, if we didn't have 4-wheel drive, I don't think we would have made it up this mountain.
Yeah, I would kind of feel like every truck, and that includes this one, is $10,000 too expensive, right? So remember we had that old Tahoe that had 4-auto.
Yes.
That was
from 25 years ago.
1997. Yeah. And now we're at a $57,000 truck, and we don't have 4-auto. It's kind of and it's not a big deal until you live in some place that gets a lot of snow, and you get this kind of conditions where it goes from snowy to dry, and you're always switching between 4 high and 4 low. It's not a good solution. 4-auto, just let it roll. Oh, this is steep, Andre. I forgot. I haven't done this in a while. I just forgot just how steep this is.
Can you believe this?
Yeah, it's straight up, especially this dirt part. This truck's being a champ.
It's still accelerating.
Yeah.
It's doing really well.
Yeah, so I don't want to, jinx it by saying we've made it before we make it.
Yes.
But it looks like it's going to make it without actually, fussing.
Derating, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a win.
Dude, I'm very impressed. I knew Ram is going to bring, torque and power to the game with this engine, but I was a little bit unsure about all the heat that it can handle.
Yeah, you got 2 turbos.
And that's why we're doing this test.
My watch says we're almost at 8,000 feet.
All right, we still have about 500 feet left, maybe more.
Okay. The higher we go, the less air density, the less air that engine has to deal with.
Yeah, and the harder the turbo works, right?
Yeah. The more it's actually got to work to get more air, to get more combustion, to get this big load up a big hill. I love doing these kinds of tests. It kind of keeps the manufacturers honest,
Yeah.
And I gotta say, Andre, I'm gonna blow our own horn here.
What?
Very few out there are actually doing these kinds of towing tests. I would say we are one of the only ones that actually does serious tow testing on trucks nowadays.
Yeah, and also consistent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been doing the Ike for almost 13 years.
Yeah.
We've been doing this test for maybe 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it's always an honor to meet one of you guys out there, and you'll tell us that you bought your truck because of the results of these tests.
It's a huge honor, and it makes my day.
Yeah.
Every single time I hear it.
And so we take it very seriously.
All right, dude, I can see the finish line.
Okay. Truck, make it now. Don't go kablooey.
It did it.
All right.
It climbed it.
The first TFL toaster is in the books. Well,
It's in the books.
The rebranded TFL toaster is in the books.
So, can you hear the fan?
I can hear the fan. Yeah, I can hear the fan.
Yeah.
I can really hear the fan.
Whoa.
What happened?
Oil pressure low?
Oh my God! It didn't. At the end, it threw a light. Oh, we thought we did it.
Wait, why?
It threw an oil pressure.
Oh, no.
Oh my God!
Did we lose oil?
I don't know. Go look. Let me go look. Let's go here. Take the camera.
It's dry at the bone.
Let me look under the hood. Let me pop the hood. Can you believe that, Andre?
Well, we called it the winner.
Oil pressure light comes on. Oh my God. You guys should feel the heat coming out of this truck.
Dude, there's so much heat.
So much heat. Oh my God. Oh, I can't even get to the thing.
All right, the light just went away. What do you think it is? Do you think thin oil? Maybe something happened there?
That's a weird one. I mean, I would get.
Oh God, that's hot.
I know. I would understand if it was water coolant temperature or if it was transmission temperature.
Yes. But oil pressure?
That's really odd.
That basically means you're dropping oil on the ground, right? But there's nothing here.
Is there anything behind us? Did we drop some oil somewhere?
There's nothing here.
I mean,
there's nothing here.
I mean, we're parked on a steep hill, Andre. Could it be the sensor is?
Maybe the angle?
Yes.
There's no, we didn't drop any oil. There's no smoke. There's no smell. I mean, you would smell it, right?
Yeah.
We're not smelling it.
I mean, this is one of those things I think the manufacturer is going to have to diagnose, right? There might be something in some code that's left, basically.
But it never derated itself. We called it a winner.
No,
chicken dinner.
It's not a winner, Andre. You get a light on the toaster, and the toaster claimed another one. So look. So as far as let's just surmise what happened, right?
Okay.
The Ford derated.
Yes.
The Chevy threw
transmission hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like the Olympics, like the swimmer, they thought they got a medal, but then once you cross the finish line, on the playback, when you get a light, it's a fail, right? It's a fail, guys.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ram, but it's a fail. And even though it happened at the end, it's still a fail.
Now we have to get back down.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that'll be easy. I shouldn't say fail, but it's not. It didn't. Pass.
It's not a full.
You didn't
flying
pass.
colors.
No.
Pass.
No. So the toaster claimed another one, man.
Okay.
Well, guys, if you know what is causing this. Maybe you're a mechanic out there, maybe you've seen this happen before. Very hot day, high stress, and all of a sudden the oil pressure goes down without any oil actually dumping out the bottom. Let us know in the comments below. But yeah, this is a hell of a test, Andre.
Yeah.
See you next time. Ciao. Hey, Andre, there's something interesting that we forgot to talk about on the way up. What is that? You can show them too.
It's the lack of dipstick. Apparently it's a big controversy.
Yeah.
But there's actually a digital way to figure out what your oil level is. And our oil level is proper. It goes up right there towards the maximum level. And this is after we completed the entire run. So that oil pressure light, you know, you could monitor that while moving too. So what do you think?
I mean, does oil pressure always have to do with how much oil you have? Can there be other things? Could it be where the pickup is? I'm thinking.
Sure.
I'm thinking that maybe somehow oil got below or
A certain pickup
point. Yeah, because we're on a very steep hill, and that could have caused it. But it was odd how it, you know, it came on right after we finished.
But it recovered everything, all the temperatures. We've been idling for a while. Yeah. We've been idling for a while, and it recovered. So they're well beyond, you know, well within control. The oil pressure is good. So it's not like we damaged the engine.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take away a star, Ram, because I gotta tell you, I love having a dipstick, and I'll give you the reason, right? This doesn't tell me the color of the oil.
No.
This doesn't tell me the viscosity. This doesn't tell me what it smells like, right? There's a lot you can gauge by looking at oil, just by actually feeling and smelling and touching it, that you have no clue about by looking at it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm used to, you know, checking oil and checking its color and all that stuff.
So Ram, you know, you lose a star there.